I often wonder, when Jesus healed a blind man, he didn't just say, "You're healed." He spit on the ground and he made some mud and put the stuff on the blind man's eyes and said, "Go wash it in the river." Well, I wonder if that might have been a little bit of a message to us that sometimes you need an external substance in the healing process. From New Life Ministries, this is Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn. I'm Stephen Arterburn. And Going Deeper is all about taking the tough issues, the hard issues of life, looking a little bit deeper inside so that we can gain some insight into our lives. Hi, thanks for joining me for Going Deeper. We're in this series on healing is a choice. There are 10 decisions that could transform your life. Now, you really have a choice. You can know you need some help and not get it, or you can know you need some help and get it. The other thing is maybe you don't know you need help. And if you don't know you need help, well, I don't know what to say about that. But I got to tell you, it's really important that you get the help that you need. And that's what our choice is today. I was getting help for myself today. And maybe you have never gotten help for yourself. But this choice is the choice to help your life. Last time we talked about healing your life by grieving, and there's no better way to do the grief work than with somebody else, a counselor. But I want to talk to you about all the different ways that you could choose to help your life. And of course, you know, the big lie is this: I can figure this out myself. Or I just need to try harder and this is all going to fall in place. Let me tell you something. The brain that got you in trouble is not going to be the brain that figures out how to get you in trouble, because that brain is in trouble. Doesn't that make sense? Okay, maybe it doesn't, but it does to me. And so what I want to see you do is to quit trying to figure it out, humble yourself, and realize that there are people in this world who went to graduate school, got a degree, and their whole goal in life was to help people like you break through the denial and get the help that you need. You know, most people, they can never get help if they don't ever do this one thing, and that is to see the reality of their situation. If you never see it, if you're always, maybe you're so insecure you have to deflect everything that happens off to somebody else, or you blame everybody for something else. Just on radio today, 35-year-old guy in prison for 5 years because he was stealing and his parents were blamed, and he would write his mother whenever and blame her and shame her. And I said to the mother, quit opening those letters. I mean, why would you? Why would you do that? Why would you sign up to be hurt again? Well, probably because you feel guilt and shame and remorse over it. But everybody has the ability to make their own choices. So let's just say that you decided, I've been trying to help myself and I'm not really getting better. In fact, I might be getting worse. So what do you do if you reach a point where you say, I need some help, and it needs to come from beyond me? Okay, here's the thing. In almost every place in the world, no, I'm going to say in every place in the world, there is a meeting that you could go to that could support you in getting the help that you need. Now, the reason I say every place now, that's actually probably not true, but I'm talking about virtual meetings. There are meetings online, on Zoom meetings, all over the place. And so if you've got internet access, you can attend a meeting that might help you. When the virus and all that is out of the way, then meetings can be face-to-face. But meetings are taking place every day where people like you are getting the help that they need. So a support group. There are also, a self-help, working the steps kind of group, like a life recovery group. There are also support groups. For instance, there's special groups. Let's say you've lost a child. Your child died. Boy, having those other parents that you meet with, something where nobody else understands how bad it is except you guys. And to have that camaraderie can really be quite amazing. And when we come to accept that we've got a problem, we can start to think, well, is it a support group? Is it a 12-step group? Is it a counselor that I need? That's what I like to see people do. I go see a counselor every single week if possible. And it really does help me. I can say things to that therapist that I can't say to a friend or I can't say to my wife that really help me to stay clean and to not build up resentment, bitterness, or whatever it is that would build up. So acceptance is important. And then I can decide counselor, support group, 12-step group, or maybe it's a coach. Maybe that's all I need. There are a lot of people that have degrees that because of laws, they're not doing therapy, they're doing coaching. And what you want is somebody speaking truth into your life. Now, one of the toughest things for people to accept is that maybe it's not any of those things, but maybe I need to see a psychiatrist because I need medication. Well, a lot of folks say medication is evil. Well, I don't think so, because I know some really, really dedicated, committed Christian psychiatrists that prescribe medication for people if it's needed. The person that I think was most like Jesus in this world was a doctor in India, Thomas Guanamutu, who went back to grad school, got his degree in psychiatry so he could prescribe medication to people that could be helped in no other way. Maybe that's the help that you need. I often wonder, when Jesus healed a blind man, he didn't just say, "You're healed." He spit on the ground and he made some mud and put the stuff on the blind man's eyes and said, "Go wash it in the river." Well, I wonder if that might have been a little bit of a message to us that sometimes you need an external substance in the healing process. Jesus used mud and a river. Maybe we need medication, and maybe we need to go see a medication giver. And that's what a psychiatrist can do. Now I'm going to say something really weird. Sometimes people actually need some kind of electric shock therapy, or it's actually ECT, it's called electric convulsive therapy. What I'm saying is, when we need help and we're willing to do whatever it takes, sometimes nothing works but the most radical, severe treatment. And I have seen, well, there's a video, a TED Talk by a physician who was a surgeon, sunk down in this deep, deep depression. Nothing helped him, and he started to get the electric shock here. They put you out and you convulse, and he had about 36 of those kind of treatments, and none of them worked except the last one. He was at the end of all that they were going to give him, and it worked. It did something. And I had a physician I worked with in Texas that also had done so well with them. It's very rare anybody would need that. What am I saying here? Be willing to do whatever it takes to get the help that you need. And you become willing when you accept the reality of your problem and accept the weakness that you have or the limitation that you have. You might even be able to move into what would be called gratitude. Gratitude that there are resources, that I can avail myself to these resources, that I can literally heal my life by working with somebody else or another group of people and not thinking that I need to have all the answers. Kind of arrogant to think that with all these people that are trained to help folks, you don't need any help. I have seen lives dramatically changed because somebody went from saying, therapist, who needs that, to therapist, I need that. So I hope and pray you'll reach out. You can call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE, and we could find the resource you need to help your life. Thank you for joining me for Going Deeper. I hope something I've said may have helped just a little bit. If you have a question you'd like me to answer or comment, just email me at stevesocial@newlife.com. I'll see you next time.
If you want to support Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn, be sure to subscribe so you never miss another episode. And if you know someone who would benefit from this episode, be sure to share it with them. See you on the next Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn from New Life Ministries.